Hi, I'm Karen Lance with Sacred Quilt, and I'm in the middle of a project doing something I never did before, and that is to put piping on the inside of my binding on my quilt. This quilt was one that absolutely did not want to get done. I had the fabric chosen last May, a year ago, and I worked on it over the summer. Here, I'll hold it up for you. And I like the quilt. It's different for me. It's a little more modern looking. I had a coworker last year named Julie, who's a very good technical designer, and she's also a really good quilter. And she added piping to her binding on a quilt she was finishing, and she planted the seed. Since I was working on that one, I wanted to do that too. So I pieced this quilt together. I got the top together, I think by last November. I sandwiched it. I started quilting it. I was done quilting it, I think January probably. And I really didn't like the quilting at all. I had used thicker thread. I used a higher loft batting. It was Hobbs 80/20. So yeah, quilting uses that when they do my quilts. I love it. It's lightweight. Everything they do for me turns out great, but I did not like it on my domestic machine to quilt on my own. So I made the big decision to take it all out. So as I was binge watching Younger, probably took about 2 months, I picked out the quilt. I took my seam ripper and I said, I'm done with this. I don't like it. I like the top, but I don't like the quilting. And I picked it all out. I got new batting when I was at QuiltCon. I heard about the batty lady and I ordered the batting from her. I got backing the last time I was in Las Vegas. I went to So Yeah, and found this really great batting. I like the quality of it. It's a nice lightweight cotton. And I started again. So I re-sandwiched it. I did do all the quilting on my own. I was much happier with the way it turned out with the lower loft. And then it was time to do the piping. I watched YouTube videos. I wasn't certain I would like the way it turned out. I didn't really want to, as much as I like to experiment, I didn't want to mess it up because I had already come this far with the quilt. So I decided to do it differently than what I saw on YouTube. And I cut strips of piping along the grain line, not on the bias. And I cut that 1 1/8 inches wide. And then I decided that the binding would be separate from the piping. And I really like a bias binding. So I went ahead to make that. I cut it 2.5 inches wide. I rolled it onto the tube. And you can see I sewed the piping on first. Something else I did that I had never done before was I sewed the piping on without trimming the edge of the quilt first. And I liked it. It handled a little bit more easily. I felt like I had a little more control on it. I will definitely do that again. Then I sewed the bias binding on. I'm happy with how that turned out. Pick up a copy of my book on sacredquilt.com. Thanks for watching the channel. Like it, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.